Math champions. Let's see what's the relationship between different percentages, fractions, decimals, and everything. And if you are in a situation where you have to compare all of them, how can you go about it? How can you approach it? If I were you and I was asked to compare all of this and say which is the least, which is the highest, like say for example, I'm asked to arrange them in ascending order. Some is some of the things are mentioned as percentages, some of the things is mentioned as fractions, one of the things is mentioned as decimal. Now, what approach I would take? Basically, if I have to compare like all of this, I have to first get them in all in one form, right? Either all should be fractions, all should be or all should be percentages, or all should be decimals. So now, of course, see, if I have to get this 20 in the denominator as a percentage, I can get it easily. I will be able to, percent means what? Which has the denominator as 100. So I think that I can do something with the equivalent fraction concept. I can get it. And even this decimal, I can convert that into some kind of a percentage. I can do that one also. But however, this 11, converting that into 100 is a bit difficult, right? So based on this, what I would do is I would convert all of them into decimals. That is the approach I would take. Why? Because let's take the little complicated one, 11 by 4, 4 by 11, 4 over 11. It is very easy. It's very difficult for me to convert that into directly into decimal, because whatever equivalent fractions I take, like say, whatever equivalent fractions I take, it will be over 22, over, like over 110 or 220, like that. You will never get 100 or 1,000 or a 10 or those kind of things you won't get. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do direct division. Okay. Direct division. What is the meaning? 4 over 11 is nothing but 4 divided by 11. So I will be doing a long division to do that problem. So 11, 4 divided by 11. So I know after the 4, there are multiple zeros after the decimal point, right? So this is how we try to do the long division method. So 11 times 0 is a 0. So I get a 4. Now I am going to the decimal places. That means I can take up this 0 and I can say it is 11 times 3 is a 33. Now it's a 7. So I take the next 0. So 11 times 6 is a 66. I get a 4. Then I take the next 0. What do I get? I get again 3. So times 11 times 3 is 33. Again, I'm going to get a 7. If you see this pattern is, pattern is recurring, it's called recurring. So now I was able to find out that this 4 over 11 is nothing but, this is nothing but 0.363636. It goes on like that. Okay, this is directly in decimal, so I will keep it as it is. And if I have to convert this into decimal, how would I do that? 9 over a 20. Decimal means it should have a 10 or 100 or 1,000 in the denominator. So how do I do that? I can get 100 easily by multiplying it with the 5, right? So I'm going to multiply with the 5. I'm going to get 45 over 100. That means this is 0.45. Now, 43%. What is the meaning of 43%? 43%. So when I have written this as a fraction, I can write easily like a decimal. So 0.43. Now I have got all these numbers in decimal form. And how do I compare decimals? Just like normal numbers, whenever we compare normal numbers, the highest place value is what we compare. So first is the ones place. All the ones place having zeros. So there's no comparison, like no use of comparison. Next, if we see, the next one is the 0.363636. This is where this is the least. So I know 4 over 11 is the least. Okay, next, if I see everything has 4, 4, 4 in the 10th place. So now I'll have to go forward and compare, right? So I go to the next place. It is a 3 here. It's a 5 here. It's a 2 here. With this, I'm able to compare and say that the 2 will be less. That means 0.425 is lesser. Next, 3 is the next number. So 43% will be the next number, higher number. Next will be the 9 over 20. You see, this is how I compare. By you also understood what is the approach I took, why I selected a decimal instead of convert that everything into a fraction or everything into a everything into a percentage, right? How I can do it now. Why I did not convert that into a fraction also, I'll tell you. Because if I convert this into a fraction, this will become 425 by a 100, no, 1000. So when you have to compare fractions, the denominator have to be same. If you see here, if all of the denominators are different, and it's going to become really, really difficult for me to, make all the denominators all same. So here, because of this approach, what happened? I was able to do one major calculation. Rest all was simple calculations that I could do, and I could finish the problem. So it's very important to analyze the problem and see which approach is going to help me, as well as it is also important to know various connections between various concepts in mathematics, that is percentages, fractions, decimals. What is the connection between all of these things? We'll have to know all of these things and apply our thinking in such a way that our life, our calculations should become simpler. That is the way to approach a problem. I hope you've understood or learned the skill of doing mathematical analysis also to select what is a kind of a solution, what is the kind of steps that you have to choose. Okay, I'll meet you in the next video with yet another concept and make mathematics very interesting for you. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.